Okay, we're here wrapping up with WhatsApp communication and a couple of thoughts so you understand like the importance of WhatsApp here. So, sorry. Okay. The background behind WhatsApp is really important. So let me share this with you. All right, there we go. Yes. Okay, so this is a message I gave to one of the Northeast divisions that came up. And here's the benefit of WhatsApp. WhatsApp for Florida United is our primary source of communication. And let this be kind of a streamlined, we'll call this a streamlined lesson for customers for college. Let me show you, it's even better. Over here. Here we go. So if you know, there are so many different forms of communication nowadays, right? And it can get kind of crazy. And I think those of you that are now, expanding your brand and creating lots of followers for your, future streams of revenue, however you're doing it, you have to, as a smart business owner, figure out how to communicate. And I shared this with the division managers that in Florida United, this is how we operate. We use Zoom for group calls. WhatsApp is our primary form of communication, and we use email to transfer documents for the most part, right? Forward and transfer documents. So if you take a look, group management, main communication, and share documents, right? Would you guys, everyone would agree to that, but this is all you guys know. But I want to take you behind the curtain, if you will, just to understand the whys, because there's so much noise. Like I'm sure that you could do it, but I wouldn't want to communicate on Twitter because I'm not even on it. I don't personally even use Facebook because I'm personally on Facebook. And you could argue, well, you have to be current. I could argue 10 people that I know that are wealthier than most people in Cutco that have never been on Facebook. So you can argue both. I'm just saying for what we're good at, Zoom for all group, one-on-one calls are either Zoom or calls. Main communication is WhatsApp, and then we share documents. And then, of course, our video logs on YouTube. So that's essentially where we're at. That's for DVMs. Sorry. Okay. So on to this portion. Here's my number one, I guess, killer program for WhatsApp and why I think it helps our division. Just to give you an idea, when it hits gold period, when it gets to the end of April, like last week of April, we unleash the Kraken, if you know what that means. We unleash the Kraken, and it is time to roll for the summer. All calls are active, all group calls are active, my division manager calls are active. Some of us have one-on-one calls. And one of the things that's really important, a lot of division managers will have daily conference calls to talk to the division every day. So for the first few weeks to make sure everyone's on the right track. And I think there's a lot of benefit to that. But for us, it's tough because how do you talk to a whole organization when you have too many managers? When I had 12 and 15 offices in one division, that's easy. I would have one-on-one calls with everyone. So, Luke, what was that you were saying about procrastination and time and money and enemy of money and time? And procrastination is the enemy of money. Perfection. Yeah, perfection is the enemy of money. You know what else is the enemy of money? Not spending your time in the right place, because if time is money, your time is valuable, like a dollar amount. So there's a reason why I don't have a call with everyone in the division. There's a reason why I allot my time the way that I do. And so here, using this daily big three, so if you take a look at the screen, this is our version of how does the division manager of the arguably one of the top three largest organizations in vector marketing communicate to the masses? Well, number one, a group calls. That's easy. Like we'll have a call for all new offices, branch and district, and then we'll have a vet DM call all summer. I'll have an AM group call all summer or certain weeks. But for here, this is where it becomes really important. This is how I can talk to all of you Monday through Friday, and give all of you individual attention, even if you don't have a set call with me. Now, some of you will definitely have a set call with me, higher end districts and a couple branches from my district. But most of you can expect not to get a call with me. Just assume that. Assume that our interactions are in the group or this. So daily big three. This is kind of a WhatsApp offshoot of daily journaling. And what it is, and we'll start this soon, is Monday through Friday. What I do is I have you guys send me a quick big three for the day. And here are the parameters. It has to be 20 seconds or less. It has to be 20 seconds or less. If it's 21 seconds on the counter, I'll just respond. I'll swipe right. I'll say too long, and I won't even listen to it. And you miss the day. Like I won't have time to go back and hunt for you. So 20 seconds or less. And your goal is to give me your big 3 outcomes. Now, some of you, if you're in Mike's office, Abramowitz, and if you're in our office in the pilot, this is what you normally do anyway. But I want you to be able to condense it. Part of it is the art of saying what you want in less time. So something like this. Hey, Jeff, it's Luke, big 3 for the day. I need to sign 6 more people to hit my magic number goal. We're short on our fire number, so I need to actually do 6 tonight. And number 3, I'm looking to have 3 rep targeted PCs to target for AMIs because I want to have those promotions for SC1. You get it within 20 seconds. I'll ask for a certain time. In the summer, it's 7:30. By 7:30?
Sure.
Yeah, well, he never did it. I saw him live. Every Monday through Friday is by 7:30. So if it's over 20 seconds, I swipe right, too long. And if it's past 7:30, I just say too late. I don't give you a hard time. I don't respond. I just don't check it. And you miss the opportunity to connect with me. What happens is I get all these messages from you guys all the way up until 7:30. And then from like 7:45 to 8:15, I check every single one of those. And because they're condensed to 20 seconds, I can have an exchange. And within 30 to 40 minutes, I can talk and I can have an individual touch, hypothetically, with every single person in the division and give you catered, not just group management. Like you notice I'll give videos. Like today I gave a video to start the meeting. I'll give videos every couple of days. I'll do some voice memos for the group. Like, hey, in general, this is what to be thinking about for today. But for one-on-one management, this is the key, okay, to get daily DVM thoughts. So I'll stop there. Any questions or thoughts on that? We'll go Luke first.
Yeah, one thing is make sure your daily big 3s are actions, not outcomes. I've heard them before because sometimes I hear them. And they're like it'll be like Friday morning, and you'll be like, oh, one of my big 3s for the day is to get 7 people back out of the 8 that were here for training. So, like that's not something that you control. Make sure your big 3s are something that you can control.
Yeah, okay. I also think that when you leave the big 3, and the reason I like the big 3 is because I can come back, I can say, hey, Luke, you know what? Actually, one of the things that's a little bit more of a priority is this. So I can check where your head is at for the day. And sometimes I'll leave back and forth. I'll go off the topic if depending on where your office is at. So here's what I do say, and I love this part. I don't worry about having to talk to everyone. A lot of the division, every year, the division managers that I teach this to say, well, how do you talk to everyone within 30 minutes? Like you only allot in your schedule for 30, 40 minutes. I say at some point, people don't do it anymore. Like at some point, people don't do it anymore. And I threw the paper away. For the last 3 summers, I wrote down like who was really good on WhatsApp, who was communicating with me daily, and who faded out. And I put the names, and the CPO almost exclusively matches. Like I talked to Eric all summer long, back and forth, WhatsApp. Talked to Luke daily. Aside from the time that I saw him, we would have an exchange every single morning, like 6 days a week.
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day, morning, but every day. Right? I talked to David Vargas every day for Big 3, and he's not even a branch anymore. He still does that. I mean, David, you can actually stop if you want, David. But the vet DMs don't need it. Ready? Mike Abramowitz does it in the summer every day. And so part of it is making sure you wake up early. Part of it is if I also hear you at 7:30, that's why I like voice, because I can hear if you sound like ass. You just woke up at 7:30. You should already be out the door. I love it when I send you a message, and if I notice, I'll say, and send me a voice app, and you text me back. I know something's up. Or you don't listen. Something's still up there too, right? Okay. So any questions or comments? Eric, you did it all. Can you maybe share benefits of what you got from it when you were doing it? David Vargas, Amanda, any of you that did it with me a lot?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very simple. It just gives you an opportunity to get daily communication with the DVM, someone who's going to guide you in ways that realistically most people can't. He's going to be able to give you insight into things that it's kind of like not asking for people on the same level as you for advice. It's someone from up top that can give you a different perspective. So it's very valuable throughout the summer.
Yeah, I agree. Amanda, you were really good at that, and you weren't even in the division. You were an export. You were excellent at it. So
yeah, Yeah, I mean, I just think it's important to get morning communication with the DVMs because they can help guide your big three too. You know, especially I think about the first year branches. Myself, even as a senior branch, just sometimes you have what seems like a priority, not really a priority in your big three, and then your DVMs can help guide that and answer any questions in the morning. It's just key to your success as an office.
And little things like make sure the notifications are on. I think that's obvious if you've been with us since September, but you have to be on top. Our WhatsApp is a lifeline. All communication comes through WhatsApp. So let me give you a couple of skills that I want you to be good at when it comes to the WhatsApp. Here we go. So a couple things, okay? So starting messages and links. What's really important is that you know how to keep important information important. You can tell when someone says, hey, does anyone have the, and you fill in the blank of something that's really damn important, you can tell they're not starring it. So let me show you on my phone. This is pretty cool. I just also wanted an excuse to do this. You ready? You ready? Well, it's coming. 5, or it froze my computer indefinitely. 4, up. You guys see my? Do you see my phone? See my phone?
What?
Yeah, you can share that joint. Nah, man. You like that? Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just get rid of this iTunes photos. Yeah, I don't want to open that message right now. Several of you don't want to see that. Trust me. It's not good for your life. Okay. So I take my phone, swipe up. Okay. So let me go here. Okay. So Luke and I are having conversation, or let me go to mine. So I'll go to. Okay.
You gotta be real careful with the.
What's that?
You just gotta be careful with what's happening.
I know. So if you take a look, if you notice, this is mine. So what is this about? These are all. If you notice, I wait to send all my messages after 8 a.m. Right? But a lot of these messages are already crafted at 7 a.m., 6:45, 7, 7:15. And all I have to do, if you notice, these are just a whole bunch of messages you've seen before. And I'll just send them in order and I craft them. Not to mention, I can just copy and paste right here. I can copy this one. This is the same exact message every single Thursday that I have a DM call that goes out. I just change what's appropriate for the day. So I'm not wasting time. I'm teaching this to you so you can do it for when you have your group WhatsApp groups for your offices. And if I go to my star, right, I have things that are important for me to copy and paste. This is the Florida United. This is the Jumpstart Google Drive. Okay. Right. I have, this is a video that I would forward often for people that are brand new. Okay. Here I have a link to my Calendly, so I don't have to search for it. Okay. I have quantums here because Giovanni, Luke, David, and I go over these often. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. You guys know that here. So the next, posting videos. I think being able to, posting videos for your group and for your teams can be really appropriate. I think that's an important part of communication for our team. There you go. Oh, here. There we go. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Sharing hot news. We'll use WhatsApp to share hot news. I'm just trying to give you the technical, okay? Summarize emails. If you notice, anytime I send you an email, what do? Like every time. Yeah. Yeah, but on WhatsApp, what do? How do you know there's an email? I take a picture of the email. I say a little email icon, email sent. Why? Because I don't want you guys needing to go through email 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. I think you should go through email twice a day minimum, one in the morning, one in the evening. But I don't want you on email during the day. That's not as productive, okay? Also collecting stats. You guys know how I do that, okay? And then light bulb moments. One of the cool things that we do is we keep people engaged. Part of it this morning, I asked you guys to send me a message about what you're excited to gain. And people who weren't replying, I know, are either not checking their WhatsApp or frantically rushing because they're late to get there or not paying attention. Pretty straightforward. And the first people that respond are always the same people, by the way. And then, of course, interaction. Okay. Questions or comments? I'm just, again, going behind the scenes. So you'll see often things like this. You'll see the updates on the stats. Okay. You'll see reminders in emails that got sent out. You'll see things I need you to post before certain meetings, like post your stats or post what you're excited about. Okay. You know how we create culture. This is last year with Luke Laughlin. Like we're spreading culture with activity. Notice every time someone gets on campus, and I don't even ask for the posts anymore. It has a life of its own. People will post when they're on campus. Naomi has those really cool chalk advertisements, or David will take a picture of the pen, and then I'll swipe right and I'll put a little radar and an arrow sign going up. That just creates a buzz. David Vargas, I'll have you share what you're doing with your reps in just a second from each demo. Okay, this is at the conference. Every time my reps are at SLDM, I would want them posting pics of hot updates and things they really like from the SLDM or from conferences. Our division's always engaged. This is at a region event, and our DM team is blowing up the chat with, okay, this was an important point, or Mike posted a light bulb. I'm just giving you things you've seen before and how we're able to manipulate WhatsApp. Vargas, you have another cool thing you're doing from a sales accountability standpoint. Can you share what you're doing there with WhatsApp?
Yeah, for sure. This is something I started doing now because I wanted to get the WhatsApp group running up again. So what I started doing is after every sale, I made reps take a selfie either with the client or take a selfie of the knives the clients are going to throw out once they get their Cutco. And, they take a selfie with one of our bands that says hashtag the thrill of a mill and then the San Juan Costa Rican name on it. And it just creates this really competitive, fun environment where, people are taking selfies, they're taking pictures, they put in the hashtag Cutco family, and everybody just feels so much more excited about being part of the team, being part of the office.
Yeah, let me show you on right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take a look. So this is an example on WhatsApp. I just sent it. Right? So all the reps it's just creating engagement. It's pretty cool. Mike Abramas does a masterful job. In fact, one time 2 years ago, Mike said, I want to pick your brain. We had an hour-and-a-half conversation on WhatsApp, and since then, he's just used it to his advantage. So here's my assignment moving forward. What I will do is starting in 2 weeks, I won't be able to do it this week, but starting in 2 weeks, I will reach out, and Luke can add that last thing to the list, kick off Big 3. I will start taking Big 3. I'll start before 8 o'clock. That way I'll give you guys a little chance there because it's not quite summer yet. But anyone that wants to do Big 3, start it now because it takes whatever number of days to create a habit, and I want you to start it now. People said 10 different things. So 8 o'clock, if you send me 20 seconds or less, Big 3, make sure you also label, like put a little emoji up and say Big 3 for the day so I know what it is. Hey, Jeff, this is Mike. This is my Big 3 for the day, blank, blank, and blank. And I can get back to you and go back and forth, and it's cool to create habit. I'm very confident that those of you that catch on to this will have a really strong communication. I'm also very confident some of you will get caught up and not do it anyway. That's the case for the past 3 years, so I'm not worried about the time.
Starting when, you said?
I will unleash it probably 2 Mondays from now. Okay, possibly when we get back. Actually, you know what? I'll start it this Monday if you guys want to start. Whoever's doing it. Starting this Monday. Jose.
I have a question. Is that just work-related things, or is that personal things as well, or it doesn't matter? Just general Big 3 for the day?
I think when it gets to the summer, it's going to be Cutco related. But right now, biggest outcomes for the day specifically. Yeah. Like Dilila would say, hey, Jeff, I'm going to be studying. I have to get blank hours of studying for my finance exam. B, I've got to do my friending and get to blank for the day. And then number 3, something random. Cool. And keep in mind, I'm in meetings Monday and Tuesday heavy, so I won't be responding as quickly as I normally would. Okay, cool. Do me a favor. Take the next 60 seconds. 2 categories I'd like you to take notes on. Number 1, biggest light bulbs. And number 2, what are your big action steps coming out of this? And be specific to what has to happen in the next 48 hours, week, 2 weeks to get you on a better pace? I'll say it again. What 3 columns? Next 48 hours, by next week, by 2 weeks from now. What's important from an office searching standpoint, friending standpoint, scripting to catch up on, communication that needs to happen, personal sales that need to get done, sponsorships that need to get locked up. Give me another 30 seconds. Light bulbs, and then plan out your big action steps. 48 hours, 1 week, 2 weeks. And in just a moment, I will start with some of our virtual participants, aka Christina and Josie, and then we'll go to one of the hubs in just a second. And we'll end a bit early. Okay. I'll give you another few seconds to make sure. And I don't know if I've ever taught you this before, but anytime I have a meeting, DVM meeting, region meeting, even these meetings sometimes, I always allot a 30-minute, 15 to 30 minutes for immediately within 2 hours of the end of the meeting. I always have a debrief with myself to do what I'm doing right now. To know what's important, because it's easy for a lot of this information to come through, and that's a light bulb that's important, and then you forget what's going on. So Christina, would you mind kicking us off? We'll do, how about this, to be quick for sake of time, 1 light bulb, and what do you appreciate? We'll go Christina, Josie, and then we'll go to the Tally Hub.
So 1 light bulb was just everything about servant leadership and the verbiage when it comes to PDI. And I appreciate my circle of influence.
Great. We'll go Josie and then to Rob and Mason over in Tally.
Biggest light bulb was same as Christina's, the PDI run through with the pictures, and we appreciate this as well.
Okay, we'll go to Rob, Mason, and then Trent.
I just started to start working on my strengths, and I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll go Mason, Trent, and then Mike Sullivan.
My biggest light bulb when Luke said, did the last 2 hours serve me? Analyzing and adjusting. Biggest action step would be to make sure I'm on pace on Monday for the 625 friends on Facebook.
Oh, I like that priority a lot. We'll go to Trent, and then Mike, and then Jackson.
Okay. Biggest light bulb was Luke's 6 great things for procrastination, and I appreciate everyone on the call.
Okay, we'll go Mike, Jackson, and then over to Gainesville. Mike Jackson, and then Giovanni. Mike Jackson, Giovanni. Just push on you.
I miss you.
Can you hear me?
I'm getting here, dude.
There you go.
You're up, go. Yeah, biggest light bulb, driving sales and momentum through letting the rep know like what their colleagues are selling during the calls, and appreciate Trent.
Okay, we'll go Jackson, Giovanni, and Neela.
Go ahead.
Biggest takeaway, just the little things, making sure that for sure, like things that I sometimes skip over sometimes. Like your 18-1 video.
What do you appreciate?
You just button up the little things.
What do you appreciate?
What I appreciate is you.
Oh, I appreciate you. We'll go Eric, Giovanni, Mila, and Amy.
Biggest takeaway was probably the 6 steps of procrastination. And then I appreciate Luke answering my 5 million questions a day.
What about me answering your 2 million?
I clicked mute on the wrong one. I appreciate you answering my questions as well. Thank you.
Those are good questions. I like it. I like that you have questions because you're going to be a district versus you have questions and we don't have you here. How about that? Yeah, ask away. Ask away. We'll go to Giovanni, Mila, Amy, and then we'll go to San Juan.
Biggest takeaway was Luke with the analyze and adjusting. And my biggest action step is to actually analyze, assess, and adjust immediately after this.
What do you appreciate?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. We'll go Mila, Amy, and then David Vargas.
So my biggest takeaway are the 6 reasons for
And then biggest action step is phone jamming and debriefing training my first training that I ran to get ready for my next one. And then I appreciate you, Jeff.
Thanks. I appreciate you. Let's go to Amy. We'll go to
Amy
Claude.
left.
She
Amy
left?
left early.
Left early. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware. Nice, Amy.
Yeah. Okay.
Successful habits. We'll go to Claudia, Patricia, and then over to David.
Biggest takeaway was Luke's talk about small shifts in habits, and I appreciate yes.
Okay, we'll go to Patricia. Is there?
My biggest takeaway was set if and then and conditions for like tasks. So that was a big thing I got. And then I appreciate just this prep. And David's in a call right now on PI. So.
Yeah, all good. Okay, cool. No one said biggest takeaway was grit.
Okay, go recruit.
Go recruit it.
Go recruit it.
Okay, we'll go over to. Thank you. We'll go to Amanda in Clearwater.
I was fully prepared to do like 20 times a week.
All right, my biggest takeaway was definitely the receptionist program on like other ways to find receptionists, and what I really appreciate is this call today and everyone on it.
Nice. Let's see. We'll go around the horn with Steven and then counterclockwise.
Biggest light bulb was the 81 and the TLA breakdown and the action steps are Facebook putting victory, and I appreciate Amanda for facilitating today.
Okay, we'll go to Sky and then over to.
All right, so my next was be a servant leader by being soft on people and hard on results, and I appreciate everyone in this hub.
Good. We'll go to Josh and then Mr. Belton.
So I think your takeaway is just importance of staff, show up as far as receptionists, and you can always upgrade after. And what I appreciate is just having some more live interviews in the schedule to get some repetition.
Yes, that's important. We'll go Daniel Belton and then we'll head over to the pilot.
All right, so my biggest takeaway was just go recruit it, like just send it. All right, and then I appreciate this call and like learning.
Okay, outstanding. David Vargas, since you're back, real quick, can you give us a quick light bulb, Bombia, and then what you appreciate? We'll wrap up at the pilot.
I still appreciate my people, and biggest light bulb, honestly, were a couple things from Luke's talk. I thought it was really good.
Me too. Me too. Those are excellent. Okay, we'll go to Erica, and then David, wrap up with Luke.
Biggest light bulbs would be the 6 causes of procrastination and replacing bad habits rather than quitting them. And then I appreciate this last prep.
Okay, sounds good. David?
Read up. Read up. Recruiting is the answer.
And
I appreciate being able to be here and learn a little more.
Okay, cool. Luke, can you wrap us up, please?
My light bulb was the servant leadership over technique when it comes to PDI, and action is call realtors. And appreciate you, Jeff.
Oh, thanks. Well, appreciation. I feel it. Hey, everyone. Thought we had a solid prep. Not great, but a solid prep. I thought the content was great. I think what we're doing to set you up is great, but I don't think everyone showed up great. And you know what's great about that? We can get better, and we will get better, and we need to get better. And those of you that won't get better, you know, we can only put so much. Ultimately, success is up to you to come full circle. I do appreciate you guys being here on Saturday, working hard and doing things that others won't, ... You know the rest. And I also want to remind you what needs to be in the 48 hours is, are you on pace with Facebook and office searching? Whatever needs to get clarified or communicated or done or set up with office searching. Those two big things right now. I don't have any assignments for you guys. Okay. Other than watch the Trey Harris video, I don't have any assignments because there's a lot to get done already with your deadlines. I'll be checking often and often through A Squad. And I appreciate you guys being here. So let's keep working hard. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.